Hey there, it's your girl Cheryl, and welcome to the Behind the Muse show, where we explore everything beauty, fashion, relationships, lifestyle, and more. Stay tuned for a hot show and attention. Hey there, you guys. Of course, I had to be late today on the first day back to work. That's some Muse stuff. Mm-hmm. You know it. You know how I do. I'm not gonna do that filter because we doing a filter on top of a filter today. Cause you hear the kind of KC 2002 in my voice. From like you remember not KC 1994.
What must I say?
When he started gargling razors.
No.
2002. That's what I'm gonna call it, because I don't want to slander nobody and make assumptions.
What must I do?
Yes, that's what I sound like today. Oh, we're gonna do this filter. Well, I don't know. We're gonna go with we need a filter, y'all. So wait. Let's first off, let me say hello to the co-host today.
Hey, what's happening?
What's going on? Well, let's see how everyone's doing. We're going to start with the lovely Super Fox. Then guess what? I got a call from someone saying that they was in town, Marquise. Then I wanted to also, let's also see what's going on with Mr. Marquise and what he going to be talking about on his show tonight. Let's just go around the room. Come on, Super Fox. How you doing?
Hey, glad to be back. Good to see everybody. Glad we're going to get this party started.
I'm excited about the party. I'm excited about getting this party started myself.
How are you doing now?
I feel blessed. I had to take some time off a little bit, because life impacts me as well as anybody else, and I had another death in the family. The second death in 4 months, and it was just crazy is that the first death, her service was on 9/28, and then my grandmother's was 1/28. So it was just, but I feel, you know what? I don't know. I feel grateful that I had her in my life, and I feel her presence still. So I'm excited about that, and I'm also excited about our YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm excited.
I do need to update it because I took some time off of me. I know that sounds selfish, but we got to do what we have to do for ourselves sometimes, right?
Self-care.
Yes, self-care. So, and that's what we're going to be talking about this month. Love and self-care. But before we get into that, Marquise, what's going on? What's up?
Love and self-care sounds nasty, but I'm that sounds sick.
Oh, how can you get nasty out of love and self-care?
No, this is Marquise we talking about.
Terrible.
Where is baby Keela?
She's at work.
Okay.
So she gets an off day. She'll be here.
Okay, baby Keela's a voice of reason. That's his little sister.
Oh, okay.
And she be in the background like shaking her head like just.
But emphasis on baby, so she can shake her head all she wants.
Well, but tell the folks about your show and it comes on and when it come on, and tell everybody about your show.
My show is tonight from 9 to 11, Told Not So Radio on WVIE 107.5. Last week at the end of my show,
what happened?
My co-host started. Nothing crazy happened. We started talking about R&B because I always play an old school R&B song at the end of my show.
Really?
I think I played Johnny Gill. Yeah.
Oh my!
So she said that was her favorite era of R&B, and I don't really like 90s R&B for real.
Well, you weren't alive,
so
that's why you don't like it, because you can't appreciate it.
No, not really, because my favorite era of R&B is 70s R&B.
Okay, Isley.
Smartness.
Okay,
so
okay.
We're gonna be comparing the two. I'm gonna throw some 80s and 2000s in there a little bit.
And y'all, that's what y'all doing tonight? Y'all better tune in.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna be listening all night while I'm doing laundry and cooking for the kids and doing my motherly duties. Okay. So, by the way, happy Black History Month. Okay.
Absolutely.
Happy Black History Year. Because Black History is
365
It
days.
sure is, because it's American history. Our history is American. Hey, Sade. Hello. Oh, thank you so much, friend. And this is a filter on top of a filter, but thank you so much, friend. We had us a little shindig last week, didn't we, Super Fox?
Oh, it was so nice.
Yeah, Sade came out. She's a personal trainer, the Nigerian workout doll. Let me tell you, you see her legs, she can kick down a brick house, not just a wall, the whole house coming down. All right, just one kick. Bow. pow, it's going down. So we had a good time. But because we're talking about Black History Month and I started the show late, I want to keep it moving because, you know what? I can't, I have to say that there's no excuse for me to be late today.
During Black History Month.
During Black History Month.
We celebrating Black excellence.
And I played into the stereotype of being late today. So y'all, let me get it rolling. Okay, so
yes, you did.
Do you know who Eunice Hutton Carter is? Do you know who that is?
Somebody that invented something.
No, actually, let's talk about Eunice, a.k.a. the Mob Buster. That's what her name was. You talking about inventing something. Eunice got down and dirty. The 1920s and 30s were a time when organized crime was an unseen hand playing a significant part in urban life across the country, right? And no city was that more evident than New York. Say what you want, okay? At that time, the law enforcement hadn't made the connection between racketeering and petty crime. Then Eunice Hutton Carter came along, all right? A black woman.
Yeah.
Born in Atlanta in 1899 to activist parents, Carter became a social worker who practiced in New York and New Jersey for several years before earning a law degree from Fordham University. That's in the Bronx, by the way. Okay, come on now. Who was doing that? All right, she got her law degree from Fordham University Law School, the first black woman to do so. In 1935, my grandmother was born in 1934. Okay, so she was like, we about to do it big in 1935. She was appointed by New York Mayor Fiorello LaGuardia. All right, I got his name. Sorry, forgive me. Okay, my Italian sisters and brothers. Okay, Fiorello LaGuardia to study situations in Harlem. But soon, her street smarts and work as women's court prosecutor with knowledge about prostitution cases and a theory that the streetwalkers were connected to the mob got her hired as an assistant district attorney.
Okay, talk to her.
Wait, hold on. She used what she knew about the hood. They said street smarts, but she knew she put what she knew about the hood. She's like, I know the girls is working, and I already know that's the mob. That's some mob stuff. To do with that. Okay, we about to put down the law. All right. Oh, well, look at there. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Our former she moved and relocated. Come on, sit down, former co-host that relocated. And surprise, come on in, Asia. Asia, this is Super Fox. This is Asia, the former co-host that moved and abandoned the show and moved out of state. And guess what? She came and surprised me. Thank you for coming. Look who showed up, Marquise. I know. What a surprise, right? Okay, so let me finish because we're talking about Black History Month. Eunice Carter, mob buster. Okay? So anyway, Eunice used her street smarts that she knew from the hood. All right, to connect the mob and the mafia with racketeering through prostitution and street walking. Okay, she was like, look, we going hood with it. I already know what's going on. Her investigative work showed that when prostitutes were arrested, they all seemed to have the same lawyers, bondsmen, and alibis leading her. Yes, she was like, something is going on here. Okay. Leading her to theories that prostitution was an organized racket. This is. Look at Eunice. Does she look like she played games?
No.
I want y'all to go and Google right now. Eunice Hutton Carter, mob buster.
Hunton.
That's right. Yeah, thank you, because that don't sound like.
That's how it's spelled.
Right. As it turns out, the investigation revealed that mob figures were providing these services to the prostitutes in exchange for 50% of their take. Wait, hold on. Eunice said, come on now. That's too much off the top. y'all doing all of this, and y'all got to give them half. No, heck no. Which brought in millions for the underworld. Dewey ordered raids on 80 brothels, arresting hundreds of prostitutes. Carter's questioning of several resulted in evidence that led to, they was making that money. Led to New York's most powerful mob figure, Charles Lucky Luciano, who was not found to be directly connected to the. Did you know that she was the ADA during that time?
No, they didn't talk about it. You know, they had that movie. And Kevin Costner, and they was all chasing the mafia.
Yes, the Untouchables.
Yes, and they didn't mention her.
But that was in Chicago.
It wasn't New York.
No, it wasn't New York. But they did do that movie with Lawrence Fishburne, Hoodlum. And they talked about Harlem, Lucky Luciano, but they left Eunice all the way out. Okay? Because she was actually the prosecuting attorney. So that's what we wanted to, say. Hey, Zamariana, hey there. Yes. And that's what we wanted to say. A big shout out to for our Black History Month today. And then next week, we want to talk about somebody that you didn't know. An unsung hero. That's my focus this month. An unsung hero in Black History Month.
Who was that?
That's anybody that you didn't hear of in elementary school.
And Eunice was one of them.
Eunice was one of them.
Okay.
And we're going to do that next week.
They tell us about the same people all the time.
Right. Those are the ones that are socially acceptable.
Yeah, we're going to find out about some new people.
I guess Eunice wasn't socially acceptable. She was busting up the mob. She was the ABA.
Hey,
well, shouts out to Eunice for locking up black people.
She wasn't. How you know she was locking up black people?
She was in Harlem.
That don't mean she was locking up black people.
It's Harlem.
They said you didn't listen to the story. But Harlem is a part of Manhattan. Manhattan is an island. Okay, what happened is, and see, y'all didn't listen. They sent her to study Harlem, but she used her street smarts to connect prostitutes to bigger racketeers outside of Harlem.
And you said she arrested prostitutes.
Hundreds.
Who you think was selling coochie in Harlem? Black women.
Oh no, it was a little bit. No, Harlem. See, you're not a New Yorker, so you don't realize that Harlem is diverse. Spanish Harlem, and then you got the part of poor Harlem that was on the borderline of Manhattan, where poor white people and Italian people, Irish people went too. So see, that's your lack of knowledge, but that's 30s. Okay. That's what we hear. In the 30s. No, that's when. Let's talk about Ellis Island. Let's talk about Ellis Island. Ellis Island was
there was probably less blacks over there.
Thank you, because there were so many immigrants that came over.
Probably a lot of racism.
Come on, talk about it. Talk about it. Help me educate Marquise so he can know for the next show.
You just don't want to admit she was locking up black women.
I didn't say
probably,
she didn't.
She probably very little.
It wasn't enough of us.
Probably very little. Them probably weren't the ones that she was focused on.
Yes, because she was focused on. They called her the mob buster. That's what they called her. The black people wasn't running the mob.
She wasn't focused on the black people, I wouldn't say.
People
who dealing with the money.
Y'all go Google Eunice Hutton, because that's gonna be a debate. Because look, it's 6:18, and we are, and the co-host came late on Black History. No, the host. Yeah, sorry, but she was like, "Wait, hold on." Like, I called you and said, "Where you at?" And that's true. Okay, so the host, then the former co-host surprised me, and actually, you came to normal time. You usually come. She's Marquise. Please say how she used to always be fashionably late.
I mean, yeah, but you be late a lot too.
That's true.
So we be sitting here waiting on you often.
That's true. Oh,
you shouldn't ask for that.
God forgive me. Okay, because we're doing self-care, we're going to do a basic facial giveaway for self-care month. But you have to call in. Do not inbox me after you watch the live or saw I love you too, Samariana, and saw the YouTube channel, and you inbox us later and say, hey, I want that free basic facial. No, you got to call in during the show. And if you're the first caller, you're going to win a free basic facial, because that's a part of
Can I call in?
When they need to call.
Call in. They need to call in as soon as I give out the number. And they're going to get a free basic facial for self-care. Because we want to focus on self-care and love. And see, I wanted to focus on messiness, and my co-host here was like, no, let's do something positive.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's enough negative going on in the world. It's enough people addressing that also.
Right. And we don't need to be, and there's enough,
that's
like
not
you
the
said.
energy we trying to promote.
And there's time to be messy, and I got that in me, but I don't want to be messy this month.
Oh, dang. I was with you with the negativity.
Oh, all the time. I can depend on him for that.
It's real. Like, positivity can be fake. Negativity's never fake. It's always.
I can depend on him for tunnel vision. Okay, so if you want a basic facial, please call
in if you want negative or positive.
And yes, call in if you prefer.
Positive can be fake.
As hell.
Yeah.
It can be.
So you think negative is real?
Ain't nobody gonna say they hate you and they don't really hate you for real.
Yes, if it's popular to hate you.
That's true.
People do that.
If it's a thing.
I'll take negativity or positivity.
People would do that out of just to see your reaction.
Come on in the crowd.
Nothing that has nothing to do.
Yeah, I'd rather take negativity than positivity.
But why would you?
Some people pick just to pick.
Yes, I got. Go ahead, ask your question.
Why would you choose negativity over?
Because it's so easy to be to seem positive.
But why did you trust the authenticity of the negativity and not trust the authenticity of the positivity?
Because it's raw, it's real.
why does negativity have to be raw and real?
Because positivity isn't.
And
So maybe you have not been around any authentic positivity.
No, I have,
because
but
it's addictive. If you had experienced it, you would never choose negativity.
No, I wouldn't choose it. I'm saying if I would rather people speak their negative point.
Well, here's the thing.
Well, you want honesty, not negativity.
Right, you want their truth, their honest truth, and not negative. Because I'm gonna tell you. Well, no, because here's the thing.
Because like they say, positive or constructive criticism.
Because I'm happy you brought it up because there's a very good, because I won't say names, but it's a
constructive
very good
can come
point
off
that
like
you
it's
made.
Negative. Constructive can come off like it's
but
negative.
Another thing, some people are negative because it's a defense mechanism. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes they just automatically are negative towards you because it's what makes them feel safe. And that's not
I'm going to get you.
Yeah, that's kind of like
type of situation
what I'm saying.
sometimes.
Right, and that's not authentic. But what I hear you saying, because I see your point, is that you rather a person keep it straight, real with you, even if it's something that may impact you in a negative way. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So I see your point, but I also see the crowd's point, because negativity can be used as a defense mechanism, because that's come on Black History Month, emotional intelligence is lacking in certain communities. Does that make sense? All communities, but some other communities have access to better health care and more clinics that has doctors that didn't go through the accelerated program in Ohio.
None of the people that we are talking about has nothing to do with far as like getting any kind of help. This is something that's personal within a person. Like no matter what someone else, like she was talking about, I'd rather for somebody to be real or 100 or whatever you consider the word is. It's had nothing to do with that neither. It's really about what you accept from people. They can be as true as they want to be with you and tell you how much they care for you and love you and want to see you doing good, but you got to believe that. You got to want to hear that. If you don't want to hear it, then you're going to automatically think the negativeness about, they fake, they ain't want to really see me doing good or whatever.
But they may
really
have.
truly mean it. These days, a lot of people are really trying to surpass all of the negativeness from the past. They trying to really speak their mind to you, but off the top, we so used to hearing the negative stuff, we think that's something.
Yeah.
And you know what? And that's why we need a mic in a crowd, because of that. That's why we love. But see, that's why it's behind the muse, because we went right off script, and I love that. That's why I love the energy. I love the crowd. Thank you, crowd A and crowd B. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into some news by Muse. But before we get into some news by Muse, because the news by Muse, we're gonna cut it. We're gonna have to get into it, right? Today's topic is, because it had to be a little, my mom or my wife. Who you choosing? Wait, somebody said preach, queen. Well, thank you, Lovey. Now, who you choosing? Marquise, I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah, you want me to answer already?
Yeah, mom or or wife.
Under what circumstances?
See that's.
So you can't just ask some mom or wife.
You talking about a mama's boy?
Well, see, I want to put out the blind question and just see if somebody's gonna be like, "Mama, any day, Mama."
To what extent?
What the situation is.
We gotta read the story, so that's today's topic.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hold on, crowd B. Okay.
I'm about to say,
that's my old buddy. Last time we seen
is.
each other, we was all inebriated and intoxicated.
Yeah, just left.
Last time we seen each other, we was at the Scoochie on the Coochie world premiere by T-Bar. Scoochie on the Coochie. Scoot. Can I say that?
You didn't invite me.
I'm sure I did.
No, I never heard about Scoochie on the Coochie.
Well, no, that's okay. Scoochie on. I got the album. Scoot. No, it's Scoochie on the Coochie.
No, Hoochie.
Okay, how you gonna see T-Barb? Call in and tell us the words. 313.
No, he's saying for the radio station.
Oh, for the radio, Scoochie on the Hoochie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Scoochie on the Hoochie. Scoot. Yeah, so T-Barb, she had the sign. We had the T-Barbaritas. Remember? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we was all intoxicated like, dang, we drank too much. Ain't nobody the designated driver. Ain't nobody got a designated driver. Them doggone
The song was really, really catchy.
Wasn't it? Scoot.
That's your favorite part.
Yeah. It was, big shouts out to T-Barb.
T-Barb in the house.
All right, so let's get into some news by Muse. Okay. All right, so we're gonna have to cut about 3-4 stories. All right, now I wanted to talk about this because this is crazy. Yeah, police missing.
Did too.
Yeah, 3 rappers were killed upstairs in an abandoned apartment dumped in a basement. Okay, police have confirmed the bodies were the 3 missing rap artists found in an abandoned apartment complex in Highland Park, right where we are right now. Sources tell Fox 2 Friday morning a man from Detroit was arrested in Knoxville, Tennessee.
He was trying to get away.
In connection to the murder of the 3 aspiring rappers. This sound deep, y'all. He is being held on parole violation. I think this was a higher hit. He is being held
from Scotus.
They weren't even from this. That's what I'm saying. He
One
got on the
person,
run.
one person from Detroit, one person from Melvindale. The other person from Oscoda.
That's what I'm saying. This was something. This is wild. He and the guy was already on parole, so you know he had a okay. He is being held on a parole violation down there. Meanwhile, another man was brought into custody in the last week here in Detroit for questioning the case.
The 15-year-old.
This is wild. Wait, hold on. There was a 15-year-old.
The 15-year-old is the one who had the one from Oscoda's car.
Oh my goodness. Let's finish reading.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The families were worried the outcome of their missing loved ones would be tragic, but it was not the news they wanted. I'm not going to say I think I know in my gut, my heart, he's done as much as I love him and I want him to be okay, said Lori Kemp, Armani Kelly's mother. Okay. A mother's intuition sadly was right. Armani Kelly's family learned Friday afternoon her son's body was found alongside his friends Dante Wicker and Montoya Givens. Their frozen bodies were discovered under debris in an abandoned apartment based in Highland Park infested with rats a day earlier. They had to throw all them details in there. It looks like they were killed upstairs and then dumped in the basement, said First Lieutenant Mike Shaw, Michigan State Police. Michigan State Police spent all day Friday inside the apartment building at McNichols and Rosa Parks, bringing out evidence that will help build a case against whoever killed them. Right? Come on now. The young men were last seen together January 21st. That was just a couple weeks ago. On the way to a gig on Detroit's east side.
So they got from the east side all the way to Highland Park.
On Detroit's east side.
We talked about that.
Okay. That was canceled last minute. I think we're and see, people need to get their, somebody not hooked on phonics. There should be I think we are heading in the right direction. Naturally, anyone that should know anything can give us a call. We are more than happy to take tips, Shaw said. Warren police broke the case open last week when the arrest charges against a 15-year-old who was in possession of Armani Kelly's SUV. He's being charged for that and having burglary tools on him remanded to custody. He probably just saw the truck sitting and was like, okay, this is a lick. You know what I'm saying? He probably didn't have anything. But that is what was able to bring. Yes. And this is a very unfortunate story. Okay, so this investigation into the boys still in that SUV led Detroit police to the murder scene Thursday where the bodies were found. Friday morning, a man was arrested in Knoxville. Meanwhile, another man was brought into custody in the last week here in Detroit for questioning. MSP detectives spent the better part of Friday removing evidence from the apartment building where the young men were found. I just think this is so tragic.
And then, so the mother was looking for the one son, Armani Kelly. They didn't say anything about it being anybody else with him at the time. His mother was just looking for him, and then turned out the other 2 guys, the family saw her looking for him and realized that their loved ones were missing too, and that they were supposed to go with him. So what do you think happened?
And then he was on Facebook.
Who?
The one,
which one?
Originally, his mom was looking for him. He had a Facebook video. He got a Facebook video up talking about the event that he was going to.
Okay.
And about picking up his friends on his way when he get to Detroit. Like he spoke about the event they had and that he was going to pick them up when he got to Detroit.
So
I feel like it was a setup.
Me too.
Because they said it was abruptly canceled, the show that they were supposed to do.
The owner of they had a report in the news that the owner of the bar said the show was canceled.
Okay.
And they were like in support of trying to find them and everything like that. So legitimately was canceled, but I guess they got a call from somebody.
Or when they diverted, they went on a detour.
After the plan, they got a call.
They met up with somebody.
And something else happened. And they said all their phones was turned off at the same periods of time.
Wow.
I know that
It just,
was
to me, it seemed
something.
like.
I'm sad for. This is just.
Because she was looking for him, and then he turned out. You know, she was right.
Ooh, my heart just dropped. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
But then also in that apartment building, they said was multiple bodies in there too.
What?
Like
Aside
other than
from
them, there were other
they
bodies.
They doing it like they did on the wire, huh? They put
What?
Sound like it.
It's like a TV series. And they said that.
Come on, we shouldn't be talking about this. No.
And the police, and I didn't know in situations like that, they said the police had to get a search warrant to continue looking through the building. Like they couldn't just look through the building.
Because isn't it owned by someone? You know, they technically have rights.
By who, a bum? A bum gonna jump out and ask for one?
I mean, but somebody owns the building.
I guess.
Lord
He said,
have mercy. Okay.
But
all right.
It's crazy.
That's so crazy. I don't even want to talk about it anymore because it just breaks my heart. It sounds like a paid hit. It sounds like something bigger than what we do.
I don't think they had anything.
Maybe they witnessed
They
something.
wasn't after whoever it was. I don't think it was after all of them.
Well, maybe it was mistaken identity.
No.
I don't know.
It was too much in this because they got lured.
It's too bizarre.
To that.
Away from.
If not lured, they got forced.
They was on the east
And
side?
they found the car in
3 of them too.
They were on the east side?
Yeah.
Right? How did they get 3 guys?
From the east side to Highland Park.
No, from Warren.
Wait, come on now. This is just too much for me.
The car was left in Warren.
Yeah.
And they were found in Highland Park.
Yes.
But they were supposed to be on the east side.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think they got to Highland Park alive. I'm pretty sure they got took into
Highland Park.
Well, they said that the crime scene was the building. They said they killed upstairs and dumped in the basement.
Oh.
But how did they car, unless somebody picked them up, like how did they car get in Warren?
Yeah, I really was like
And they end up in Highland Park.
This is why I don't hang out.
Because it said they went to maybe they didn't go to the spot on the east side because they were told it was canceled. So maybe they ended up from Warren to Highland Park. But
let's talk about 2 women wanted after not scanning. Y'all, that just disturbed me.
Hold on, are these people black that we about to talk about next? Can we talk about some white people committing crimes or getting killed or something?
I don't know. Well, I'm going to read the story. Y'all guess what color
said
they
some white
are.
people committing crimes or something.
We gonna have
They could have been killed by some white people.
That's not good. It's February.
No, it happened in January.
2 women wanted after not scanning all items at Livonia Walmart, fleeing when
I was telling you about that. Walmart is not playing. They take people to jail for nothing.
They white.
White people.
Okay, good. I like this. Let's talk about this.
You so prejudiced.
Let's talk about this. It's
So-
February.
But y'all know they've been scanning and going for years.
Just like
I mean,
Girl,
what
look.
you think people gonna do though? You know,
Down in
somebody gonna
Atlanta,
try.
people, they stole out of the Walmart and then set it on fire.
But okay, let's read
They set
this
the Walmart
story.
and the Target on fire.
Like I was just telling her, we was just at Sam's Club, and 2 people was trying to steal out of there, and they had to put some of the stuff back. Like, oh, we sorry, we didn't know.
We didn't realize we had this
I
TV.
had
You knew what you had.
Livonia police are searching for a pair of suspects who attempted to steal multiple items at Walmart. Police say the suspects attempted to steal $1,400 worth of merchandise. It's not like no accidentally forgetting to scan a gallon of milk. They took $1,400 worth of merchandise after failing to scan them at self-checkout. After being confronted by loss prevention, the suspects fled the store and entered a dark-colored pickup truck. Police said if anyone can identify the suspects, contact Sergeant Salter 734-466-2324 and reference this case.
Anything.
But look, they look pretty doggone. I mean, and she looked like she got a
She
job.
looked like the lady from Facts of Life. What was her name?
That's funny.
They be taking this serious. Like, it don't be that serious. Walmart just need to be like, let them go.
They ain't even get away with the stuff.
$1,400 is $1,400 is larceny. Anything over $1,000 is larceny.
Because she said attempt. So did they?
They ran for it when they got caught.
So they got caught and didn't get the stuff.
They got caught and ran
With the stuff.
without the stuff.
Oh, they smoke crack.
That's what I was thinking. But you know how some people be accidentally forgetting to scan the Tide Pods and the milk, and they pay for
They
some
said
of
they
it.
scan the tomatoes for the eggs. Nah, that's the they scanning.
let's get into this topic because it's 6:36 and I can't read another news story. I just can't do it. I can't. Okay.
You had a bunch of black tragedies lined up for February. That's crazy.
I read one.
You had a bunch though.
I didn't have a bunch. I was going to talk about how Abbott Elementary is being renewed for season 3. And I was going to talk about how I enjoyed Lil Wayne's performance.
Oh.
That's the show with Chris on it, ain't it?
Everybody,
Yeah. I don't know his real name. He's Chris.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about this topic. Whose side should I choose, my mother or my wife? I want y'all to call in 313-868.
Call in right now.
Yes, please, 0331, especially if y'all want that free basic facial. Mm-hmm. Okay? So who am I going to choose?
The facial. They said it was wonderful. I didn't get mine.
Oh, you know I got you. Yeah. Okay, so whose side should I choose?
Read this story.
Yes, I know. I like to get the top. I got to read the topic like 4 times. All right. I love the show, and I think you are hilarious. Well, thank you. I wanted to share with you my current life situation. I'm the third child out of 4 children. My parents have always been great, supportive, loving parents. My father passed away a few years ago, and my mother came to live with me. At the time, I was just dating my current wife. My other siblings had children, and we all agreed my mom would be more comfortable with me. My mother suffers from major depressive disorder, and we noticed a change in her behavior when my father passed away. That is why, as a family, we decided she shouldn't live alone. I am financially secure. All right now. He got good credit and cash. Not either or. I'm financially secure with large enough space in my home that both my mother and I can be close and have our own space. After 3 years of dating and my mother living with me, my then girlfriend, now wife, we decided to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. She reassured me, my wife, that my mother's presence was not an issue for her. The first year was great. No issues with my mom or my wife. One day, my mother had an unfortunate mental health emergency, which happens. Okay? That's like a diabetic. They blood sugar get high or low. Yeah, it's the same way with mental health. You can have a crisis, right? One day, my mother had an unfortunate mental health emergency. We had to call the police. She has been doing intense inpatient psychiatry and will be home next month. The issue is my wife doesn't want her to return. She wants me to consider long-term care or another sibling for their mother to go to. I honestly want my mother with me. What should I do? Okay, so I want to start. Okay, because you know what? I wish we had a mic in crowd A and B, so we can't keep asking y'all because people on the waves can't hear y'all. So, Marquise, you the guy in the room with a mic.
Okay, that's not a my wife or my mother situation.
What are you saying? That is what is it?
His wife gonna leave if he bring his mom. What's she gonna do? She gonna divorce him?
Cause strain in a relationship.
That right?
Is she gonna divorce him?
She could make his life a living hell.
That's cool. Is she gonna leave him because he wants to help his sick mother?
He didn't say, but what would you say if that's the situation? The wife is like, look, your mom was tripping. We had to call the police. She was acting out. That kind of scared me. You think it's time for her to do long-term care where she can get help, or maybe she needs to go live with your brother and sister because, I didn't think that it was gonna be this intense. What do you think? What would you do if you was faced with that situation?
First of all, it's a caller before I answer that.
Oh, let's talk. Oh, shoot, I ain't got my headphones. Damn.
Okay, you should be able to hear.
Oh, I can hear. Okay, great. Hey, caller. What's up?
Hey.
Hang up the phone. Hang up the phone right now. Hang up the phone.
You gotta get out.
You should've.
Wait, I was like, hey. I'm like, what?
Hang up the phone on the caller. Hang up the phone on the caller. Okay.
We looking like it's somebody getting called from the airwaves.
You know what?
He like, hey.
Okay.
He want to comment so bad. He said, okay, I'm going to figure out how I'm going to make a call.
Okay.
All right.
What's the phone number?
We still got the call.
Call in
now. Call in now. 313-868-0331.
All right, caller. Hold on. Let me just.
You said 866?
868-0331. Caller, what is your comment?
Okay, so my comment is, at the end of the day, that's my mother. She gave birth to me. Sorry to say, you my wife. You only been my wife for so many years. at the end of the day, if you want to leave me, baby, go right ahead. Deuces. Because at the end of the day, that's still my mother.
You get one mama.
One mama only.
Okay, so the caller says deuces to the wife.
Okay, so we got one caller that says I'm on mama's side, mama coming home. Okay, so let's continue on the room. Thank you, caller, for calling in.
Yeah.
Click.
Appreciate it.
Click is crazy.
So, Marquise.
See, I don't want to take care of no sick people. So like,
I knew it.
So you gonna dump your mama?
I'm not gonna dump my mother, but he got the money, so I'm gonna make sure she's getting good medical care. Cause she's not gonna get that at my house. Cause like I said, I'm not taking care of sick folks.
But she had been inpatient psych for a minute, and she's back to her baseline.
Staying with you the whole time.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
So she would have never been staying with you.
Yeah, mom's not staying with me. We not. I love moms, but she probably on the back end of her life.
That's why baby Keela is baby Keela.
What that mean, back in her life?
She about to die. So
she might outlive you.
Come on,
see, but that'll suck. But I'm not here,
it would.
So that'll stink.
So you gotta.
But God willing, she don't.
Super Fox is disturbed.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
said
God
she
willing,
on the
she
back
don't.
end of life.
She should be like 70, 60-ish.
She may not be. That's young.
Okay.
You got siblings, I hope.
If you're 20 and your
My mother is about to be 61 and she look like she in her 30s. Come on, Super Fox, and work out, body tight.
Yeah.
70 is young.
Okay. If
You
she's
seen a
on
picture
the back,
of my mom?
She's on the back end of her life.
Yeah.
If God willing, she doesn't outlive my wife. Out of all three of these people, she's gonna pass away first. So yeah.
Judge Judy said there's a 55% chance that the person to your right that got your last name will not be next to you in 5 years, but you only get one mama.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Marquise. And tell them when they can listen to your show for some more your antics. Go ahead, just drop it in. God bless you.
9 to 11 on WVIE.
WVIE.
Okay, Asia, mom or wife? Who you choosing in this situation?
I mean, I would find the best thing for her. Like, it may not be the best, not because it having anything to do with my wife or husband or anything like that. Whatever is best for her health is what I would choose. Mm-hmm. And it may not be healthy for her to come home to the house, even if your spouse was okay with it. Mm-hmm. You know, like you said, I don't know what the health emergency was, but that probably would change my answer as well. But like Marquis said, I would seek to make sure she gets the best mental health that she can. You know, at home, she may not be able to get that. But
are you agreeing with Marquise?
I'm not agreeing that.
I'm agreeing that.
Until she got done.
I'm not agreeing that she on the back end of her life and deuces and all those things. But I'm saying that I agree that she needs to be somewhere where she can receive the best mental help that she can. Mm-hmm. If she can do that at the house, I wouldn't mind her being there.
Mom out.
We got
the best mental help is with their loved one.
Thank you, Crowd B.
I mean, she may be able to if she's actively doing something, like if it's outpatient treatment or something, it's not really up to me. I would rather go with the mental health specialist to tell me.
But do you think it's the wife's right?
Now, my mother was healthy and it wasn't no mental issue in the jargon. I would.
But she was there before the wife.
Yeah, if it wasn't no health issue.
But she was there before the wife with her mental health issue.
At some point, I would want my mother to be in her own independence.
But see, that's the thing. Her father, when their father passed away, it triggered, and that happens.
But that's something we got to work on. We can work on that. But I want you to still be self-sufficient. You know.
So you saying I'm not sure?
Mama, no, I'm not. I'm saying if she did not have mental health issues. I'm saying that if it's an issue with the spouse that I'm with, we would have to work something out. I'm not gonna cause strain in my relationship.
See, you was right, Crowley.
Like I'm gonna work it out to the best, but it's not gonna just be dismissed.
Wait, hold on, Crowd B. We gotta get the table in.
They mama living with
next time,
15 years.
Next time Asia brings you to let her know, let me know.
Now she elderly and sick and all those things. That's different. But if you able-bodied, you healthy, you can do your own thing.
But she's not. See, here we go.
I'm not
health.
either. But I can still get what I need.
She has major depressive disorder that can be immobilizing.
That's sick. She's sick.
Yes, but would you treat her any different if she was a diabetic?
No, I would get her help.
Thank you, or had cancer?
Cancer? No,
I
I
would
treat
get
her the
her
same.
help.
Cancer's worse. That's even more medical
Oh,
stuff you
geez.
need.
Super Fox, come on.
But that's still, you don't guilt yourself because
No, you don't guilt yourself, but the wife, where my concern is, the wife knew when she was the girlfriend.
But things changed.
You know what changed? She got power because marriage is a contract.
She might be afraid. You never know what that woman did when that emergency help.
Oh, I can imagine. I work, and that's my, and they turn up.
Afraid.
They turn up. Okay, they turn into animals. They become delusional.
That's what I'm saying. So he didn't elaborate on the emergency health. Now he would have told you.
He had to call the cops.
Right. So that's serious.
It must.
And you know, just from these videos, when people are calling the police during these health situations, people got knives, wheeling them around, arguing. They got guns. They got, you know what I'm saying? So
she probably
it
did.
Depends on the situation.
That's what I'm saying.
Jump in.
I would have to take care of my mom though.
Me too.
Regardless of what it was, knife, whatever I chose, like I agree with you on what was the best. If it was just to the point to where I couldn't manage and somebody's safety or our safety was compromised, that would be the only
that would be the
contingent reason that would. But just choosing like, oh, I just don't want your mother here because I want it to just be us now.
Yeah, because that's not what she was saying. She was saying
she said no. She needs to. What she was saying is she don't want her to come back to their home
because of the emergency.
Now
let's flip
it. Let's flip it around. Let him have had. Let it be this. Let it have been the mother and her man. And her son had a mental health emergency, and he needed to come back home.
Yeah, would she?
And the man was like, I don't know. Are we expecting the mother to abandon her son or not let her son come back? We expect her to be there for her son.
Or not the son.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's hard being a parent sometimes, because you give and you get. And I seen it, because I seen it, and I'm not gonna say no names because it might bring out hard feelings. But I've seen it with my own eyes when I know a person personally that gave her entire life being a mother to other people, and when she needed care, when she needed a place to go,
she had to go.
That's a lot. I'm married. I got a wife. I got a husband. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to say, in this particular situation, now if the mom was a jerk and she was just mistreating the wife, Mama, you gotta go.
Or say if it was vice versa, it was he's married to the wife, but it was the wife's mother that wanted to stay. She'd be like, baby, I
gotta help my mama.
Yes. And he gonna be like saying the same thing.
We don't have no callers who've been through this.
Is it still the same situation? Whose house is it?
It's his house.
That can
and
call
the mother
in.
was there before the wife came.
No, her mama not coming to the house.
The mother was there before the wife.
Like she don't. It's not that she doesn't have a problem with the mother. She just feels that
after the crisis
because of the mental health situation.
If it was vice versa, if he felt like that.
Well, here's the thing. The girl with when the wife was the girlfriend, she was aware that the mom had major depression disorder and was living with the son because they were concerned about her behaviors after the passing of their father. And she had been living there 3 years.
But she ain't snap out.
We don't know. She could have snapped out, and he might have called the police, but she snapped out in front of the wife.
I thought you said that's what happened. Didn't you say the police came?
No, I'm talking about prior. I'm not sure if she had prior.
She said during those 3 years when she lived there, there was no.
We don't know. He didn't say.
Yeah.
Because the wife came after those 3 years when they got married, because they were just dating.
So you saying like.
The mama was there. See, let me tell you. That's what I'm saying. So here's the thing: the mother, the son was single. The son was single, and he was dating her. Yes, and they weren't living together. And the mother came to live with him because the other siblings had family, and he didn't have no family and no kids. He got the financial resources, and she got major depression disorder. Right? So he said, "Mama, you come stay with me," and she had been staying there for 3 years. But when they got married, there was an issue when she had a mental health emergency.
He should have investigated it the person he married.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Somebody won't take care of their mother.
See, I thought you meant he moved the mother in after.
No,
the
she
fact.
had the mother was there already, and what
wife
happened
moved
is
in.
yes, and when the wife, everything was good until she had a mental health emergency when the police got called. She had to go inpatient psych.
Mental health over here.
So when it was time for her to come home, she was like, "Son, I'm ready to come home."
That's so rude.
Why did she agree to move in?
To the
You gotta get
situation.
that mental health together, baby.
And she knew that because I'm gonna tell you something.
crazy.
Over here lashing out.
Exactly.
Spazzing
She
out.
crazy.
And he's financially secure.
Imagine it worse though.
She
She
crazy.
thought she was gonna be able to drive the mother out.
Yeah, see,
Eventually.
she was
Imagine
seeing all
it
that
worse.
money. She was
With
doing the
emergency.
math, not the math.
You gotta get
She was doing the
You gotta
math.
get that worked out, baby.
She won't be there long because maybe because he's a single man. He's financially secure. It was just him and his mama. I got it. That ain't bad. I can, but because she was doing not the math. And then when she seen mama probably flipped the hell out, she probably turned up. Okay, I'm not doubting mama didn't turn up. They said they had to call the cops.
I wonder what he do for a living. Is he gone a lot?
He's financially secure.
Is she there with the mother most of the time?
Well, he said the house is big enough for them to be close and big enough for them to have the space. But whatever it was working for 3 years.
I think maybe he was alluding to her being alone with the mother and him not being there. Is that
That's a good question.
Yeah, because if he's gone working a lot,
she
and
in the
she's
kitchen
there,
baking bread and making breakfast and turn around and mama standing behind her.
yeah.
You know that. So we don't know enough details to know. Because if that was the case, I wouldn't
Right,
want
because
mama
he
there
said
either.
they had to call.
Right.
So he couldn't even calm her down.
Right.
Who want that in their house?
But okay, so let's say this. So let's say that the mom had chronic heart failure, right? CHF. And with CHF, what happens? They go into exacerbation when sometimes they fill up with fluid, right? And it's like they're drowning, and they get anxious because they're losing their breath. It's a medical emergency. It requires a lot. You got to call 911. The fire department come in there. They got to start IVs. They got to do all this Lasix. The person is almost dead. What is the difference between that and a mental health emergency?
Because people don't treat mental health
The same.
and physical health.
And they don't really understand it.
No. They treat you like you said, cancer, heart
That's
attack.
physical.
Come on, they deal with whatever it takes. But then, because I think it's because they don't think it's real. It's identifiable only through behavior, and physical illnesses are identifiable through symptomology. So something you could see a leg swelling, or a person being short of breath, or you could see somebody screaming out in pain. But when the symptoms of mental illness is just behavior.
Yeah.
Usually.
And you don't really
And so
even know.
people have a tendency to assume, they just being like that. Or
Yeah,
they can
you don't
control
really
it,
know.
Or they can stop it. So they think, she's being violent towards me.
Yeah, they don't
And
understand
they don't think
it.
of it as a symptom of the disease. They think it as something that she is intentionally doing.
And I want to say this, and I'm happy we brought this up in the last few minutes, because one of my very good friends, Angelo, when I was in the Army, he was a really very good friend of mine. He was the first person that told me, he's like, who suffers from anxiety more than any group of people in this country? I'm like, who? He said African American women. I'm like, really? I didn't know that. He was like, yeah, when you be going off, you just having a panic attack. And you just need to learn different ways to express. Yes.
Yeah.
And that was the first one. I'm like, yo, you're right. I'm not going off on you. I'm just.
But people are biased or prejudiced against like I said, the symptoms of mental illness it manifests in behavior. So people do not accept the behavior, so they tend to reject the illness.
It's heartbreaking to me.
It is.
Because you know what happened? Like, in my family, like my grandfather, he has schizophrenia. And a lot of people, and he was like a kind-hearted, very sweet. That don't change who you are as a person, a disease.
It usually makes you more...
You're more vulnerable. Yep. And unfortunately, he had gotten taken advantage of for years. Because he had income coming in. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. just, and he didn't realize he was being abused because he was schizophrenic. He was in his own world. He was non-compliant. He wasn't,
being treated.
Right, right. And I just like, and then for years prior, when when he was independent, he self-medicated. Like so many other people that try to treat their mood disorder or their psychosis, and then you gotta also understand developmental delay is different than a mood disorder and other.
It's this it varies categories.
Yes,
it's real complex.
Yes,
very complex.
And it's not. And I know they be like, oh, it's not a lot of resources in this. It is no resources in certain communities. But you know what? We gotta go. This was a great.
And people are afraid to get mental health.
It's because all the time
embarrassed.
They wonder if it's going to impact their future. Their no and F HIPAA. Michigan is small. You might run into somebody
Yeah, they think the information gonna get shared or told to other people.
Well, it does. That happens though.
It does, because it's a small world. Hey, I ran into such. I saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Like who came in the clinic today?
Right, getting treated for what? She was messing with. Okay, so but you know what, guys? It was a great show. It was so good to see old hosts come in town. You visiting? You gonna come back again while you in town? Wonderful. And it was so lovely to have new hosts and we all come together and the energy is just lovely. That's why it's Behind the Muse, because the mob is about love. We stick together, we move together, and we are beautiful. So see you next week for Behind the Muse.
Because we back.
Maintaining the place that